some new cast members, kids, moving out to the middle of the country, but yet it's going to tribute the original 2 films, and it's going to have nothing to do with that abomination that came out in 2016. So don't worry, people. Even if it sucks, I'm sure it'll be a lot better than that crap. I mean, it'll redeem this franchise, even if it suffers third movie syndrome, because that's what it's going to be. And it's going to be directed by Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman. So, yes, Jason Reitman, make this work, please. Let's hope it runs in your blood from what your dad did with the first 2 movies. Bring this franchise back to its full glory. Almost. Alright, and a few honorable mentions here and there. Tom and Jerry. Okay, yes, I know bringing Tom and Jerry into live action. This has been in production hell for quite a while, and I'm a bit iffy on this too, and that's why it's an honorable mention spot, even with actresses like Chloe Grace Moretz, and the actors, you know, Chow from Hangover, and yes, Michael Pena, who we've probably seen in the Ant-Man movies. I'm still a little bit iffy on bringing this on the big screen with animation mixed with live action. I mean, don't expect a Roger Rabbit, but who knows? Maybe it contribute something that we love from our childhoods, or maybe it could ruin it. I don't know. I'll probably at least see it when it comes on Blu-ray. I grew up watching this show, and I loved it, despite how violent it was. I just want to see the cat and mouse disembowel each other. That's all that matters. SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. This sort of got a release, and I heard mixed to positive reactions, but maybe it could work. I mean, it got postponed several times again, and I'm not 100% digging the animation, and I know it's getting its own miniseries, and I know the TV show where source material came from has kind of lost its luster. I mean, it's ran on way too long, like The Simpsons has, and it definitely needs to end, so maybe this could work, maybe not. Space Jam 2. Okay, I sort of like the first one. It's at least guilty pleasurable. I mean, it's no Roger Rabbit, but it's good cheesy fun. It had Michael Jordan in it. I mean, he was at the height of his popularity. And this one's going to have LeBron James in it. Why not, since he's at the height of his popularity, and bringing the Looney Tunes cast back into the real world? It could work. I mean, I'm not expecting a masterpiece or anything like that. Not that the first one was, but hey, it's good to relive our childhoods these ways, right? The Justice League Snyder Cut. Yes, this is supposed to be an extended edition of this movie, and why I only included it on an honorable mention spot is pretty simple, because it's not getting a theatrical release, at least from what I've heard. It's only going to be released to HBO Max. Well, interesting story about the Justice League movie, which I know was not 100% well received. It was kind of a mix to negative bag amongst fans. Some people liked it, some people didn't. So that's understandable. It did seem like a rushed concept, and Zack Snyder's involvement in the film was not 100% either, because he had to take a leave of absence during the filming and production of it, and in came Joss Whedon, the director of the first Avengers movie from 2012. So yeah, a lot of things just seemed a little half-assed and everything like that. With this Snyder Cut version of it, it's going to add more length, and therefore it should add some missing pieces that should have been in the original version, and hopefully they correct some of the CGI effects that didn't look too good. Yes, I'm looking at you, Superman, with your CGI'd out mustache, because of course you didn't shave it off, and well, yeah, that says it right there, people, of how rushed this original version of the movie was. So, with the more time put into this version, let's hope it will be better, shall we? Again, because it's a direct-to-TV or HBO Max movie, that's why it's only an honorable mention spot. And the number one movie that I'm most anticipating for 2021, get ready people, the big fight of all time, Godzilla vs. Kong. Yes, I've been looking forward to this in 2020, but unfortunately it got delayed several times. First was originally supposed to release in March of 2020, then got pushed to November, and now it's being released. Well, several films, including this one, are going to be released simultaneously on HBO Max and in the theaters. I guess being optimistic that they're not sure if it's going to be 100% safe for the theaters to reopen with the pandemic. Like I said, everything is still up in the air. But this one, I'm sure we all agree we want to see in theaters. This is one that's a big fight that's going to be coming. I mean, the King of Skull Island versus the King of Monsters. Why not? I mean, it's built up so much anticipation since the first two Godzilla movies released, and Kong Skull Island with the post-credit scene hinting what's yet to come. I mean, this is like the Avengers of giant monsters right here. This is the big one, people. I mean, one thing for sure, we want some good action. Even if the film ends up sucking character-wise, we just want to see these two monsters go at it. That's all that matters, the action. Make these two monsters the main characters of the film. We don't care about the human characters, even though it is going to bring back most of the human characters from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, like Kyle Chandler, Millie Bobby Brown, who you remember as Eleven from Stranger Things, and a few new cast members are going to be in this too as well. So, yeah, you know they're obviously going to put their focus on them a lot, but no, we want the focus to be on the monsters, make the action good, make it worthwhile, and after so many delays, I'm sure it's got to be worth it. I want to see this on IMAX. I want to see this in Dolby. I want to see this on a big screen. Watching it at home just doesn't compare. These are one of the few films that I just want to get theatrical experience out of. I mean, anybody can agree with that. Otherwise, yes. That's my most anticipated list right there, people. Till next time, well, have a happy new year, hopefully. And hopefully 2021 brings out a much better year than the abomination that was 2020. And you're probably also asking, wait, where's Avatar 2? Wasn't that supposed to release in 2021? Well, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, a lot of things, including filming productions, had to be put on a long hold and hiatus, this film being one of them. So, yeah, I know, it's been more than 10 years since the last movie came out, in 2009 to be exact, and we're getting pretty tired of hearing about this movie, being that the hype has pretty much died down from this movie. I mean, it was a great film, don't get me wrong, but you could argue it was a bit overhyped, and the sequel just seemed like a lost cause, but hey, James Cameron's no stranger to sequels, and he's done some of the best ones. So, maybe after all the time and effort that's being put into this movie and all the constant delays, maybe it'll turn out great. Hell, Alita Battle Angel was delayed many years, and he helped produce that film, even though he was originally supposed to direct it, and that turned out pretty damn good. So, I have faith in James Cameron. Don't give up on this movie. And the same goes, of course, for the Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson, which I'm not going to give up faith on either. It does look a bit iffy at some parts, but hey, Ben Affleck I didn't think was going to pull off the Batman role, but he did surprisingly really good, and, well, hey, it looks pretty dark, and even though the teaser trailer is out already, and was set to release in 2021, the more time and effort put into it, once again, it could help. So, don't let us down there, DC Comics, but anyway, that about wraps it up right there. Till next time, keep watching.